Hi, everybody. Sam here. I am here today with my new friend, Kasia. We've been having a great chat, and I'm getting ready to let her share a little bit about who she is, how she helps in the world, and share a tip, thought, or piece of advice. But first, I just want to welcome you. If you are new to Sacred Heart Connections, we are so glad you found us. If you've been around and you come back for some more learning from the amazing women that I get the chance to talk to, I'm so glad you came back. You have the chance to create a life and a business you love, one choice at a time. And maybe you're going to learn something today that could help you on that path. So, Kasia, I would love for you to just share what I like to call your superhero origin story. Just a couple of minutes to let everybody watching or listening have an idea of who you are and how you can help.
Okay, sure. I would love that. Thank you so much for that introduction. And so my name is Kasia Weglars, and I am 57 years old, and I was severely depressed for 49 years. And then I had my first hypnotherapy session and woke up the next day and didn't want to end my life for the first time in 49 years. And that actually came out on a podcast I was doing. And I was like, wow, that's news to me. But this unwanted, unworthy, unlovable theme was running in my subconscious because I had this enormous mother wound, which I didn't actually know until somebody was muscle testing me in 2016. So that would have been just a couple of years before that, before hypnotherapy. And she was muscle testing me. And she said she was Asian, she was Indian. So sometimes they don't always have the best, they don't really have the best bedside manner per se. And she said, okay, so the reason you have all your problems and all this depression, all this sadness and crying all the time is because your mother didn't want you, rejected you upon conception, rejected you all through her pregnancy, rejected you every day after that. And that's why you have all this stuff. And I burst into tears and cried for 2 weeks straight. All the while she was working on me with this, I'm not going to mention the technique because it's not relevant, but it wasn't working because it was a temporary kind of a technique. It wasn't getting to the root cause subconsciously per se. And then when I started doing hypnotherapy, I realized most of the scenes I would go back to had something to do with my mother. And then I did a chakra process that's a merging of hypnotherapy and EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, and cleared a lot of resentment. I did a lot of how dare you do that to me. I was just a sweet little girl wanting your love. And then meditating for the past 3.5 years. And then I came out of meditation in November of 2023 and just felt the complete release of any resentment, anger, sadness, hurt, or anything towards my mother. It was just, had nothing but unconditional love and compassion for her and for the hard life she lived, and just was so grateful that she was my mother and that we had this contract that I was going to learn unconditional love in this way. So that's where I am now, just wanting to help people heal this amazing thing, find your contract with your mother and heal that because that's your first relationship.
That's good. And I'm so glad you went on the journey. Like we were
Me
talking
too.
about before I hit record, it's just like your story is amazing to be able to go through all that heal. And now you have the honor alongside others to help them as well. So I'm so excited to introduce you to my community. So tell us, I want to know what your tip, thought, or piece of advice is that you would like to share with people that are listening that might potentially be one of the things that helps them move forward to create a life or a business that they love.
My number one tip would be to find a way to heal this mother wound, which if you want some help, you can always come to me. I am actually in the process of creating a group course for it, because I like that collective, and it is going to be just for women, although all men have a mother wound as well. I might do a men's group later, but to find a way to heal this, because it is so foundational. That is your first relationship. You don't even know you're separate from your mother. until there's different theories on it. But you're probably 2 or 3 before you actually know you're separate from your mother. So it is, and she's in your DNA. That's the voice in your head. You were feeling all her feelings. A lot of times I take clients back to the root cause of their feelings, and they're not their feelings. They're getting their feelings from their mother, their father, the people around them upon conception and in the womb. And this whole people like, you don't remember that. The subconscious remembers it all. It remembers it all. Because I had clients going spontaneously back to the moment of conception before I even did. And I was like, oh, I think I need to do that. And then I did multiple times and was like, yikes. Yeah,
So for
that's
someone
my
that's
step.
listening, is there something that they can do on their own, or do they need to have someone come alongside them? As you said, the first step would be or the tip would be to figure out how to heal it.
Absolutely. Yes, this took from the time of that muscle testing and that finding out that I'd been rejected by her, which is interesting too, because again, she didn't reject me. She was just tired and was like, couldn't deal. So sent me to my grandmother's, who actually gave me unconditional love. So that was a good thing. And I got an example of unconditional love, but not from the right mother, right? From the other, from the mother, who I consider my mother, but my grandmother. But your biological mother is the one that matters. So yes, it took me a long time. So this is a process. This is not 3 weeks to healing your mother wound. Sorry. That's just not how it works. This is, I mean, depending on how old you are and how bad it is. But yes, I mean, you can find all kinds of YouTube videos about it. That's how I first came to any of my healing, was looking on YouTube, finding little courses, little mini courses and free courses. And I have a free little thing that you can do. Actually, I have a copy of it right here. This is my little free self-love and inner child healing process, which again, it's all about the inner child, reparenting your inner child, becoming your own loving mother. Because people say, my mother didn't know how to love me. I'm like, no, but no mother knows how to love their child, because you're the only one who knows what you actually need, really, for your soul's journey and everything else. So it really is about healing that inner child. And there's tons of resources on healing the inner child. And then, yeah, you can go to my website and send me an email or hit me up. And I love to talk about this stuff, and I love to help. Amazing
And
women.
you are in the Safe Heart Connections community. So ladies, if you're already in the community and you want to get connected, just go in. And Kasia, I'll make sure that whenever I share out this interview, that I'll put a link to your website so that they can go through and get that freebie.
Yeah.
And then every Wednesday in the community, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but we do something called Promote Anything Wednesday. And you can start a post there yourself and post it. You can post it as often every Wednesday if you want, or something different if you have different things going on, because that's part of the thing. Connections is in the name, Safe Heart Connections.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I have women ask me, especially when I'm talking to coaches that are similar to me, that really focus on self-love at the core, gratitude or whatever. They're like, why would you put them in front of your women? Like, what if they go with them instead of you? Couple of things. There's more than enough to go around.
Oh, yeah.
And number 2 is they're not my women. I'm part of the community with them. And if a woman gets something different, better, or what she needs from you instead of me, I'm going to send her on the way with love and kindness and grace. So there's no competition.
Absolutely.
And
Somebody different is going to resonate with everybody. Like, I tend to attract highly sensitive empaths, because I am one, who have a really deep mother wound. And that's what I've attracted, and that became my purpose. And I get that now, but so not everybody's going to resonate with that, because they're going to say, oh, my mom's my best friend. And I'm like, I wouldn't even know how that would look for me.
Yeah, you have no point of reference. So
they still have a mother wound. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has, because our mothers aren't perfect. Nobody has a perfect mother. But it could be like very minor for someone like that, whereas they might have a really deep father wound.
Kasia, I'm so glad you took the time to allow us to connect and be together here. And I will make sure that your links are all around this video, whether they're watching, listening, if they're in the community, wherever they're at, they'll be able to click through and get to know more about you. You have any kind of closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Just if you do, this is for you. It's not for your mother. It's not for anybody else. It could be for your kids too, because when you love yourself, present a really nice role model for your children and for everyone around you. And we're all connected. We're all one. That's what I believe. Yeah. Do the work, even though it's like endless and really hard sometimes, it's so worth it. It's so worth it in the
You're
end.
so right about for your kids because
Mm,
my kids are grown and I see now they're learning some of the things I'm learning. They didn't learn it when they were kids.
yeah.
And watching my daughter and my son show up in the way, like what I say is if you want to change the world, you have to start with you because when you change you, it touches everybody else. And
Yeah.
people talk about a ripple effect. Well, I call that the overflow effect.
Mm.
And so, yeah, I
Yeah,
love
and
that
you're
you're
the only one you can change. You cannot change anyone else. You cannot change anyone else unless you have little kids and you start changing up your programming to them. You can change them, but mostly just yourself.
angry. I'm so glad we got to get. I'll
Oh, this
see
has been
see you
lovely.
soon.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's been awesome talking to you. Thank you so much for doing this. And yeah, because I tend to be a little bit fly under the radar and not wanting to be seen, although that's getting better now. But I have to feel safe to be seen. So thank you for the group and for this and for having this interview with me. It's been great.
For 7 enjoy it.